Hey guys, welcome to another Devlog, and before we start, I just wanna apologize for not uploading anything in the past 2 weeks. I've been a bit busy, but hey, check it out. I got this new microphone. Some of you mentioned that my audio was shit, so I got this little guy. And without any further ado, let's jump right into it. First step was to create a worm model. I went for something very basic, nothing too fancy. For the texture, I was playing around with it for a bit, but then I decided to stick to what I had used on the enemy ball for the sake of consistency. Back in Unity, I began prototyping the AI for the worms. I needed to detect the player whenever it entered or attack range and rotate the worm to face the player. For moving the worm around, I created a new script that basically changes the destination of the worm whenever it enters its trigger. In our worm behavior, I used public enums to switch between the different states. I also created a particle to simulate dust or rocks for when the worm is moving underground. Let's create a few more destinations and test it out. It's working okay. I still need to add more destinations and fix some of its radius. Now we have a bunch of them and we can see the worm going to a random destination every time. Cool stuff, man. Nice. Very nice. Now let's see if changing from moving to idle state is working. Nice. I need to give it some animations though. Let's add a bunch of more worms for the sake of testing. Okay, they all do it at the same time, so let's add a random delay to each one of them. Let's see it now. Cool, man, that's nice. Alright, man, I'm done with looking at this worm. It looks like an erect penis, so let's do some animations. I created 2 idle animations, one underground and one above ground. Then a burrowing animation and 2 attack animations, one for range and one for melee. I don't think I will be using the range animation, but hey, I got carried away animating the erect penis. Sorry for that. The dust particles were pretty boring looking, so I created a few stone textures in GIMP and imported them into Unity to make a better looking particle effect. I might come back to this later and play around with it some more. There was no way of telling how much health you have left, so I created a health bar using Unity slider and put a text on top of it to show the percentage you have left. With a couple lines of code, I had it working. When I was testing this, I noticed a bug. Whenever you collide with spikes, you lose health and get pushed away, right? But there was no cooldown, so colliding with more than 2 spikes on the same frame will multiply it and this will happen. So I added a small cooldown to how often you can take damage. I had just gotten an idea to make the worms look better when they are moving underground. I created a mesh that looks kind of like rocks and dirt being pushed upwards. Back in Unity, I used the particle system to instantiate these meshes whenever the worm is moving. I had to get the rotation right. And add a little gravity to them so they sink down. I think this would feel better than having them dissolve over time. Let's see what they look like in action. Looking good. I implemented the animations too, in case you didn't notice. I can't damage them just yet. I need to code that into the game. Now, I wasn't too happy with how the level currently played, so I erased it and pretty much redid all of it. The only thing I left somewhat untouched was the boss fight area. I love level design, so this was hella fun to redo. I'm not going to post the whole process as it will make this video way too long. Now it was time to add some sounds to this game. It was too quiet. There are 0 sound effects, so let's go record some effects. I used my cat to record step sounds too. First, I tried playing the sounds whenever we check if its feet are on the ground. And nope, I just played the sound over and over and over again. Bad idea. Then I tried to do a check so it would only play once. Still felt a little bit off though. I gave up on coding it that way, so I went back to my animation import settings and used animation events to achieve this. And it was perfect. Now I just need to detect what are we currently standing on so that I can play the proper step sound. There it is, guys. It's working nicely. Back to working on our boss fight, I added colliders to our worm enemy and a script that will damage the player if he collides with it, and damage the worm if you attack it. Then I work a bit more on the AI for the worms. Trying to make them chase you every now and then. This cost a few bucks, but after a while, got it working. I also create an enemy wall whenever they die and decrease the size of the worms. I just need to do something about them going through these rocks, man. It doesn't look right. First step was detecting a collision, and for testing purposes I made it so that whenever they collide with a rock, their position is set to their previous destination. Cool, now let's do some more coding wizardry, and instead of instantly moving them, let's make it so that they move towards it over time. Looking nice, nice. Now, last thing was to add a script to our rocks to make them shake a little bit. We needed to tell the player how many worms there are left, so I made a counter. And that's it for this boss fight, I think. Let's see what it plays like. I will most definitely work on it a bit more, but for now I think it's looking pretty good and it's actually fun to play. I need to create a particle for when you hit them, and also do something about them going through these rocks when they attack. But that's it for this devlog, I guess. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next devlog. Bye bye.